Hey, not long ago I was working on a fair and my friend encouraged me to make a video about the planner that I'm selling. And the reason for that is because everything in the planner is made with intention, and I want to share with you what is the intention of this planner and of every illustration and everything that we prepared for you. And first, I would like to talk about the cover, which represents that we all have a choice in life to go downward spiral and just to go to the negative thoughts and the victim mode, or go upward spiral and take our life in our hands, live our life the way we want to, be in power, be the creator of life. In order to do that, we have to see the situation, see things. That's why there is an eye here. And then you also have different layers, which represents that more and more you work on your shadow, you work on your wounds, on the things that are of your past, the more you then see things and the more you are then in your power. Um, and in the beginning of the planner, you have a space here for all your information. And then you have a little description of this year and the keys for this year. And here is also a holy grail. And I would just like to say just a little bit about the upcoming year 2020, and the 2 is repeating twice and the 0 is repeating twice. So the number 2 is vibration of duality and different extremes, and the number 0 is the vibration of our God self, connection with the source. And this year we will be really supported to step in our power, to live our truth, and to just live our mission and our purpose and what we came here on earth. And the reason why here is the grail of truth, the holy grail, is because this year it will be really supported to see the truth about ourselves, about everyone else in our life, in order to step more in our power and to live more our life in our truth. So in the beginning, you have explained the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse and the solstices and the equinoxes, Mercury retrograde. You have explained what this means energetically, how can you support yourself when this is happening. And then you have two rituals. You have a full moon ritual and you have a new moon ritual. And then you have different moon phases, and for every moon phase, what is supported at that time. Here you have a legend of all the events explained in the beginning, and then you have like throughout the year when these events are happening. And then for every month you have a description of energies, upcoming energies, and the keys for this month, what we have to be aware of, and maybe what we have to see, and the energy that will support us that month. And then for every month you have an illustration, which is not just an illustration. I also call it an activator because it has a lot of symbols which are then opening things also on your subconscious level. And this is the illustration activator for the month of January. And this one represents going into your power. You have a staff here and you have roots, which means that you have to be rooted so you can be in your power, that there has to be a balance of masculine and feminine, and also the energy of love, integrating and being in the energy of love is important. And what actually mean being in our power means living our truth and our life the way we want to. And here you have a portal and a lot of eyes, which means also being in a power means seeing yourself and everything as it is. And there is a portal because before, most of people were living their life according to society standards and what they were, like different programs and what they were learned in their family. And then you have an illustration, an activator for the month of February, which represents surrender, surrender to earth and surrender to the sky. And you have like two eyes here and here and here, which also represents that it's important to see both sides of the story. Not that we just see ourselves and what we are going through, but that we see the other person in that situation as well. And yeah, there is a lot of symbology. I could be speaking about every illustration for a really long time, but I don't want this video to be too long. So the next illustration, the next activator represents as above, so below, as within, so without, and actually balancing everything. And here you have also DNA, which represents also the patterns of our family, the imprints that we just that were just passed on to us, and just balancing all of that, working on all of that, so you can then be more and more yourself, being more and more who you are and who you want to be. And then the next illustration represents making decisions, decision making, which we all have a choice. We can go through the path that it's full of fears, of pain, or we can go through the path that it's full of love. And of course, this is a process. Here you have, for example, a heart that is black, which represents that it's full of pain and disappointment. And here you have a heart that is full of light and full of love. And all these different layers that we go through so we can be more and more connected with ourself, with source, and with our soul, with our higher self. Why? Because when we are connected with ourselves, then we can make decisions that will support us on our journey. And this one represents the fact, the illustration activator represents the fact that we all have one of the main lessons in our life, and all the layers of this lesson, and how we have to understand all the layers. And this lesson is gonna happen for us again and again, because we have to see all of that. And when we will see and learn and integrate all of that, the only thing that we then have to do is to let go, and let go of control, and just trust and go into the unknown. This one represents the process of growth, and how the process of growth is not just beautiful. You can see there are a lot of tears, and these tears are just the watering our soil so we can then bloom. And what is also important for growth is open heart. You have like open arms here as well, and that then there will always be stars, there will always be blessings. Then the next one represents manifestation. And for manifestation, it is important that we are connected with earth and that we are connected with the sky and that we are in our heart. This is also a yoni, and this duality also represents that it's important that our masculine and feminine are in balance. And here, what we also wanted to stress is that when we are doing things from our heart, we will never make any mistake. We will never hurt anyone. Because why am I talking about this? Because a lot of people also that I'm working with in my sessions are having also problems with accepting their power, and sometimes they are afraid of their power. So always when you will be creating things from your heart, you cannot do anything wrong. And then next illustration or activator represents the sleeping parts of ourself. You can see that eyes here are closed, and here on the other side the eyes are open again. So this month we will be really supported to take back all these parts of us, and in order to do that we have to see what happened, because all these sleeping parts are there because of traumatic experiences from our childhood, maybe also from our past lifetimes. And yeah, we first have to work on that, go through that, and then integrate our power. And this will also then make us even more powerful. We will be more in more power every time. And the biggest power, you all know, is love. And here you have also these two circles represents the ancestors, and this month we will really feel the presence of ancestors. They will really help us and support us on that journey, because we will go through all these experiences that are also going on again and again, and were also happening to our family members before. So the next illustration, the next activator represents the pain that is coming, and disappointment, and just things that are in our heart that are not serving us, going away and just letting go all of that. And there you have also black circles around our mind, how our mind can be going crazy when something like that is open up for us. And this is just because our mind wants to protect us. And in order so we can go through that, here you have two hands. We just have to hug ourselves and just hug, surrender to all this, to this situation, to everything that was, and understand us, see us, and understand why we build that, why we build all these thought patterns and all this construct around this situation that happened in the past. And also so when we will hug this situation, hug ourselves, surrender to everything, there will be also, it will be become also to the balance between heart, come also between balance through between heart and our mind. So what is necessary here is to see things. Then the next activator, the next illustration represents that in any story that we are caught, we are in, that we are just there, we are there for a reason. why am I talking about this? Because a lot of the times we or people want to accuse others for the things that are happening to them. So it is important to close your eyes and go deep in yourself and to see what is the lesson for you here, and just to integrate all that knowledge and wisdom again, so you will be able to be more and more in your power. And then the next illustration represents our DNA and all the patterns from our ancestors. And we have our ancestors from this life, from this family, and also from our past lifetimes, and just letting go all these patterns and becoming being more and more in our heart and in power and just shining bright. And then the last illustration, the last activator, represents the heart that is always growing and opening, and the heart that understands and the heart that sees. And going back to the to the to the guide, to the planner, for every week you have from Monday to Friday, just that you can write down all the things that you have to do or maybe that happened to you, and here you have a space for the weekend, and then a free space where I'm encouraging you to put down what happened, what you accomplished, or also to draw things, because it's really beautiful when you can then in the end of the year see everything that you have done and everything that you went through, because a lot of the times we forget about everything that we accomplished. So like I said, you have description for every month and illustration, and you also have the time for every full moon and new moon and other events that are explained in the beginning, and everything is in the universal time. And then you also have space for notes and also to draw. You have 60 pages, and then you have also explanation, also description of everyone, just introduction of everyone that made this product, because I was an art director, just I worded everything, and just the vision for this product came from me. And then you have Nina, who illustrated everything, and we co-created all the illustration activators, and Anna Baraga made a design. And this product is also handmade, and it's better quality of paper, which means that everywhere you will open it, it will stay like this, it will not close. So this is it, what I wanted to share with you about this product, and how everything was made with love and with intention to support you on your journey in the upcoming year 2020. And everything is made just black and white, because we wanted to stress these extremes and how we learn from them. And the symbol that you can all connect to, that also represents different extremes, is yin yang. This is it, what I wanted to share with you, and have a great holidays and great upcoming year. Bye.